What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know. Tas. We get it in. But before we get it in, let's get this intro in. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I highly appreciate the support. I'm very humbled by it. You ready for another Super Uso? What? It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without some supers to step two. Right? Man, every time I think about an Uso, I think about when he hit that motherfucking way. Oof. And that was in his head, and his melon popped and went boof, right? So I had a homeboy named Big J, Big Us. It's the first time I ever utilized the word Us. Like I knew about the Usos in prisons, the others. I fucked with the man, my homeboy Lion and all that. But this homeboy was like, address me as Big Us. And I ain't lying, he was big as fuck. So I was like, I can't call you Little Us, right? Ain't no choice. I could barely fit in this man's car. Well, we were working this job, right? And this job was a big scam. It was a big pyramid scheme, man. I'm not going to lie. If you guys remember 2008, I'm fresh out of prison, just did a violation, and the economy was rough. I couldn't find a job if I owned my own business. I wouldn't even hire myself. That's how bad it was, right? So for an ex-convict to find a job in them times, it was real rough. So I ain't even going to lie. I went up to the Pacific Northwest because at that point in time, I was like, I need a change of scenery. Like I actively, fuck active gang membership. I actively need a job. Right? It was that bad. I was licking. Shit was rough. And so I'm looking on Craigslist. This is back when Craigslist, like everybody went to Craigslist for anything. Hey, Sasuke, man, I wonder how cheap milk is on Craigslist, right? Everything was for Craigslist. And so I'm on there and I see a job, new, exciting, join the team. We need you now, $35 an hour, incentives. And I'm thinking, oh shit, I don't want to be a car salesman. But they're like, no, come in now for a mass group. Everyone, no one's denied. Everyone hired on the spot. Shit, that's where I'm going. So I pull up. When I pull up, I meet Big J. He's a big old gigantic Uso smoking a blunt at the job interview outside, right? Bosses are walking back and forth wearing suits and shit. I'm not going to lie, I'm wearing a hoodie. This motherfucker had an Under Armour, just built like armor, right? On. He's smoking a blunt. He got a do-rag on. His hair's puffed out the do-rag. He got the lokes on, like straight booyah type shit. And there's this little white chick, and she's looking at him all scared. I walk up, and she feels a little bit more easy, but I'm looking at him all scared. So, girl, don't depend on me because I'm gonna take off. You're on your own. So I get to meeting him. He's like, yeah, Big J, man, but they call me Big Us. I was like, oh, what's up, Big Uso? And it was good. No, I just said Big Us. I said Big Uso. I said, whatever the fuck you said. I thought you said Big Us, and I called you Uso. Whatever. Strike that, reverse it. So we're chilling, right? And we hit it off, man. I've always been cool with Usos, because I know better, right? So I never gonna talk out of turn, disrespect. It's not even a thought in my mind. The only thought in my mind is they'll choke the shit out of you. That's the thought in my mind. But he's a cool dude. But I ain't gonna lie. Out of all the Usos I met in my life, he was an asshole. Now Usos are usually the nicest people in the world. Anyone that's had interaction with any Polynesians, anyone from any islands, they're just the nicest people. But they're rough, right? Rough around the edges. You'll get cut if you go around their edges. And, you're looking like a big old plate of horse meat fucking with an Uso, right? So this guy was an asshole. He's the only one I ever met that was just like, no matter what you said to him, he always had a comeback. Be like, damn, Uso, your hair looks smooth today. Yeah, it better be. It's mine. Right? Like, oh, oof. So we're chilling and we go into this job interview. It's a mass interview. And you can tell right from the gate something ain't right. Something ain't right, man. And it's crazy because they're like, oh, man, you could own your own business. You could do this. And they're never telling us what the fucking job is. They're just telling us that we could earn all this money, right? It sounds good on the surface. But again, I said, don't go around the Uso surface. You get cut. So, of course, Big J, he don't play, man. He Debo's his way into jobs. Like, he's one of those. It's a situation where, who's going to fire him? Period. This job is his. In fact, the company is his, right? I need a 500 advance, Us. Oh, we ain't got no money. I said 500, Us. I got 600, right? You don't want no problems. So right when we get in there, we know it's a scam or a scheme because they tell us, oh, yeah, you guys could own your own business and everything. But this particular office is going to be shutting down tomorrow, so we're going to send you guys to another office. So we're like, it's whatever, right? They still haven't told us what we're going to do, but they're sending us on a mission with our own gas money to do it. So I had rode the bus because I'm fresh out of prison and I ain't got a penny to my name. He had the most beat up Caprice with the tape player, and that's the one that I told you guys a long time ago. All he played with that song. All I do is think of you day and night. That's all I do. Like I could sing, right? So I jump in the whip with them. The white chick gets in the back. She's already like part of the team. Yes, she was. Right? The pool table was different. We'll get to that. Anyways, so we get to this place. We go in, hey, man, with the paper. Hey, they sent us over here. He's like, oh, you guys just got hired? I don't know. They just sent us over here. So it's like, you guys know what it is, right? Nah. So what it was the whole scheme where you sell colognes on the streets. I don't know if you guys ever had someone run up on you trying to sell you a bottle of cologne. I was good at that shit. Man, I was like, look, right here's the Antonio Banderas. They call it the Bajatangas. It's a panty dropper, man, the heart stopper. And, you know, I used to run up to, hey, I got that Usher Raymond, man, make you want to be the one. All that shit. I got Versace blue jeans. I call it Versace blowjob because every time I sell a bottle, that's what I get. Like I had all these little different things. They call it a Polo Black. It's like putting meth in a motherfucking a pipe. It'll crack back. Right? It's whatever. All these little sayings that I did, but I was good at it. But there was no money in it. Some people made money. You had to Debo your way in, like me and Big Oos, and some just didn't. And so this dude gave us the whole run. He was a black dude from 60s, a Crip. He was cool as fuck, and he was running this office. So he had us running around all around town selling bottles of cologne. We get $5 for every bottle we sell for $25. He gets the 20, we get the 5. We're out there at the end of the day, made $35 whole dollars for 19 hours of work, right? And this motherfucker was just killing it. Well, there used to be things called fun cars. And so once you got involved, and it was like addicting because you were hanging around with like street people that were cool. And all of us were on the same level. We're thinking we're trying to make money, and they get your mind fucked up. They mind fuck you like, hey, you're going to own your own office. You're going to be a big boss. And I never noticed that my boss didn't have shit, right? I just never noticed that my shoes that I wore to the fucking thing were better than his, but you never noticed that, right? Because they're telling you all these, showing you these fucking videos, and you get to where you're starting to manipulate people to get in. Hey, yeah. First thing I ask them is, you got a car? Is it filled up? Run that, right? Because we're walking around town trying to sell these colognes. So if we got someone with a whip, we're going to use it, then leave that motherfucker on the side of the road. Speaking of side of the roads, right? Big Uso, notorious. So they had this thing called fun cars where you'd go like way out of town for the weekend or like somewhere far, and they gave you enough money to rent a hotel room for one day, and you were on your own, and they'd be like, you got to sell $1,500 worth of colognes. I don't give a fuck how you do it, who you do it to, whatever. Don't even come back, motherfucker, ever again. You know, just mail my shit back to me, my colognes, and you make whatever you make. So if you add it all up, you probably make like $70 for the whole weekend, right? But it was cool because we figured, hey, you know what, trip out. We'll go like on a Friday, we'll flip, we'll go work hard, all of us, right? We'll sell because there'd be like 5 or 6 of us, 3 chicks, 3 dudes. Usually we pick the baddest chicks in the office to go with us. You know what I'm saying? Orale Pepe, right? So the real Pepe, not the fucking toothless one in Winton, right? So anyways, that I don't even know. We go on this fun car, right? And we're thinking if we sell all our colognes on the first day, then we can just kick back and try to politic with these chicks all weekend. Party. We're going to pay for an extra room, all that. Well, my boy Big Oos, he was hella sprung on his chick. And me and him never like didn't see eye to eye on that because I'd be like, man, there's so many we're trying to get at these women and do our thing. I was a player back then, right? He was on a whole different level. He was player when he wanted to be, but everything was for his old lady. He'd be like, hey, Oos, how much bottles you sell? And I'd be having a stack of money because I'd be out there slanging, right? I was like, oh, I already got off like 10 bottles, right? He's like, hey, Oos, Black, who was our boss at the time, Black Diamond, we used to call him, right? Black Diamond said, I got to hold the money, Oos. I'm like, oh, hell no, because we'll stop at every store. He'll go get his chick plastic roses in the gas station, fucking just buying everything for her with the money that we're supposed to take back, and then just punk the fucking owner, right? And I was like, nah, bro, I made a commitment. Like, I'm trying to own my own office one day. I barely owned, like I said, I didn't even own a car. So how the fuck was I going to get an office? I'm a convict just trying to convict some shit. And so I go lie. He'd be like, come on, Oos. I'd be like, I can't do it. I said, Oos. I sit here. Shit. What the fuck you waiting on? And so we didn't see eye to eye on that, but I never told him nothing because at that point in his life, his hands were too big and they were too fast. But he was my boy, right? I guess if that's what you can call it. So there's this black chick she's with us. Her name's Panther, right? That's what we called her. Man, she was fine as a motherfucker too. She looked like a mix between Rihanna and Cedric the Entertainer, but more Rihanna-ish. Anyways, chick was bad. Or maybe she wasn't. I don't know. But she had a big butt. like most black chicks do, right? And so I ain't gonna lie, other than the point that she smelled like onions from McDonald's, the slivered onions, she still looked good. So I was trying to get at her. We're just like not no crazy shit, but just talking and shit. And she was feeling me, but she was all these chicks like Big Oos. This motherfucker was the only one with the car. He had a perm and the lokes were glued to his eyes, and all he did was play slow music. Like I said, the same song over and over again. So, but like I said, he was hooked on his chick. So we pull up to this gas station. We're trying to figure out, we're going way out to Montana. Okay. Montana is snowing and shit. And so we're getting all the way out there. Like we're 19 hours from home and it's getting late. And he done spent all our money buying his chick this and buying his chick that. Like we ain't got money for a motel room. Not even the money they gave us to get the initial motel room. So the white girl that's with us, we're telling her, hey, you might have to get at your peoples and tell them the Western Union use some shit. This is before Cash App. This is before all that shit where you could just, there was none of that shit. It wasn't down my heart like the boys. It was, you need money. You had to pull up on the Western Union. There wasn't even one yet. I don't believe, right? Or at least I didn't know about it. So he done spent all our money on his fat chick. And so he's showing her off. And this chick Panther, she's all hooked on him. Like I'm over here trying to pop, but she ain't really feeling it. She is, but like we're both going to win. And so I know the white girl, like at the end of the day, and look, shout out to my white girls, my homegirls, right? But at the end of the day, if all else fails, the white girl's down. Straight up Arby's, but she's down. And she won't wash her feet, but she's down. So we got this one Mexican chick, man. We called her, what did we call her, man? Challenger. She was bad. And then we had Panther, and then we had this white chick. And then it was me and Big Oos this time. Wasn't no other homies. Says we were like, fuck that. We need, we got to keep the third one on the rebound. And so we get out there. So he's showing a picture of his chick, and the other girls are like, oh, yeah, cool. And the black chick is like, man, she's ugly, right? Straight up. Man, this motherfucker hit the brakes in a snowstorm. We could barely see. Told her, get the fuck off my car, Oos. She was like, stop playing. He's like, do I look like I'm playing? She was like, for reals? She got off that car, and we peeled off. And I'm thinking, Oos got jokes. I said, sole, which means brother in Samoan, right? I'm like, go back. He's like, would you say Oos? I said, keep going. Motherfucker, I can barely see, but keep on going, right? We left her, literally. I felt bad, too, because this wasn't the first time he done left people. He was notorious for that. There would be motherfuckers be like, oh, shit, we're going on a fun car. Who's going? Big J. Fuck that, right? I'll just take an L this weekend. I'm cool. So we actually left her. We have our little fun car experience. Like I said, the white girl was popping. Mexican chick wasn't giving me no action. She actually was massaging Big J the whole weekend, unfortunately. We get back, right? And I'm like, damn, Jay, I was fucked up. Well, Panther's there when we get back. So it's kind of like, we'll all get back. He'll drop us off at the office, and then you got to figure out your own way home. Me, he's going to give me a ride home. He didn't live too far from me. He's my boy. But the chicks, they got like their boyfriends. It was crazy. All these chicks have boyfriends. Oh, man, did you have a fun weekend? Their mouths all stretched out. Yeah, it was good. Right? They could barely talk. Dirty feet and everything. So, hey, pick your old lady up. We're done with her. She sold a whole bunch of bottles of cologne and necked about 4 of them. So he was dropping everyone off, and Diamond's there. And he's like, hey, come here, fool. And it's late night when we pulled up. We're tired, man. It's been a long weekend. You know what I'm saying? I'm stretched. I'm winning, right? And I'm like, hey, let's go, fool. And Diamond's like, let me talk to you. He was like, hey, bro, why you guys leave Panther? And he's like, man, that bitch was disrespectful. And he was like, bro, you have too much priors of this, man. I can't have you. You're not going to be leading fun cars if you're doing this shit, right? He's like, what'd you say, Oos? He said, I said, it was cool. It is what it is what it is, right? You better. Motherfucker was like Jacob Fatu from the WWE. Yaramin. Right? That motherfucker. Yar, I don't understand what you mean, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it, you mean? And so just as we're about to pull up, a car pulls behind us, like directly behind us. He almost hits it, and he jumps off big. 6'5", fucking 350-pound Uso, right? Big monster. What's up, Oos? Right? You motherfuckers almost hit my car. And there's 2 brothers, 2 black dudes. One's skinny and the other one's kind of big, right? And they're with Panther. She's like, these are my brothers. They're going to fuck you up. First of all, they didn't she must have said Samoan, and they must have read the pamphlet wrong, right? Because they didn't understand what they were getting themselves into. The first brother jumped off the skinny one, right? He jumped off. He was like, man, what's up? Whoa. Yeah, you. He's pointing at me. I'm like, oh, no, I ain't the one you worried about. I was trying to get her a ride, man. I was trying to win. It's this one right here. He's like, fuck you, homie. Yeah, I left your sister what, Oos, right? The skinny one sat back in the car to roll a joint and think about life decisions. The other one got out like, man, fuck that. I'll handle it, right? He must have not seen him in HD, but as soon as he got close enough to see him in 5K or 4K, whatever it's called, he realized he had a whole problem. This was the whole problem. Look, in my life, I've only seen 2 people capable of this. Okay. One was Big J. The other is my homeboy. He's a security guard in Sanho. It's my boy. Everywhere I go, he goes, right? It's the only ones I ever seen do this. This motherfucker Jay hit this brother so hard on Paru. He hit this motherfucker so hard, his shirt disintegrated. Okay, his shirt was on and it was off. Abracadabra. Disappearing that. This motherfucker knocked him out his tank top. This motherfucker got off wearing 4 shirts and got back in bucket naked. He knocked everything off of him in one punch. The skinny one tried to rush in and got his life choked out of him. He was choking him so bad, I was gagging. That's just watching. He was like, oof, oof, right? Fixing his hair, making sure his lokes are on. Lokes never moved. Song playing, all I do in the background. Panther fucking doesn't know what to do. He's looking at her, I'll deal with you next, oos, right? She's like, oh shit. Diamond comes out like, what's going on here? I said, oh, Jay's beating the shit out of 2 brothers, right? Luckily he knew these guys. So he's like, Jay, they're the homies, man. They're the homies, right? Jay finally got off him long enough to light a cigarette, man. He still had the dude in the chokehold. The other dude's shirt, like I said, disintegrated. That motherfucker, we fought him in this parking lot. He was at the 7-Eleven parking lot, which was next door. I don't know how he ended up there. Like I said, that punch was devastating. Motherfucker blew him out the atmosphere, right? That was an incident that happened. I was like, man, this Uso is not to be played with. From now on, I ain't even gonna ask him questions anymore. Because he'd be like, hey, you got any money on you? I'm gonna go in there and give me an amp energy drink. And I used to ask him, like, damn, man, you ain't got no money? Shit. From that point on, he was like, damn, you got $5 in amp energy? Hell no, I got 10. Get you a chimichanga or something. I know your big ass is hungry. Shit. Get you a rodeo burger, like Sheila, right? So anyways, that was one incident. Well, mind you, this was 2008, and I wasn't active North Daniel at the time, but I wasn't really on that gang shit. Like, I was active, but didn't even care about that. I was just trying to work and make some money. And I was hanging around with this group of odds and ends, like Usos, brothers, man, whites, a couple Northerners, a couple Southerners. Like, none of us tripped off the gang shit. We were where we were, and everyone knew who and what was. And most of the dudes were all in prison, have been in prison before. We're all in the same boat. And we're just trying to I ain't even gonna lie. We're trying to fuck the Jinx. That's what we're trying to do. Just to be honest with you guys. And make a little bit of money if we can. If we don't, shit, we'll live off them. Just being real. And no fake story here. Just being real. So we're out towards Seattle, Washington, right? Way out in the middle of nowhere. And there's this swap meet. Now, it's an indoor swap meet. I'm not sure what city it was, man, but it was out in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? And it's like a big green swap meet, and it's indoor. And I remember going in there, we're trying to slang colognes. We're getting kicked out by the people that have little stands there. They're like, hey, you guys can't do that. Ooh, that's illegal. You guys are scammers and whatever. We're like, we're just trying to make money, man. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Later on, I guess that shit, it came out that shit was all bad. But at that time, we didn't know better. We didn't own the shit. We were just selling it. And so we're telling them whatever they want to hear to make some money. And so we can make some money. And I get to these 2 Mexicanos. And I know right off the top they're Southerners. But remember, mind you, my mind state is different at this time. I'm not even tripping off the South Side or the North End and shit. Like, not at all. Not even a little bit. I'm out of state. I'm in a different area. Like, my barrio, my people are back home. Like, I don't care about this shit. But I know there's North and South everywhere, right? Especially Southsiders. And so they see me. And I happen to be where I'm wearing a black fucking tie with a fucking black shirt. And I got a red shirt under. I got to represent. I got to represent, right? And they see me. And they're like, hey, so why are you wearing Dead? And I say, I don't like the Grateful Dead. I don't even like that type of music, right? And they're looking, why are you wearing that Dead color? And I'm like, oh, what's up, cuz? I'm thinking they're blood. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. They're Crips, right? And he's like, and Jay sees it. He's over there doing the scene. He's working a deal with some chick. Him and some chicks are right there. And he sees, like, the confrontation. I'm not getting it. Like, I was fucking Willie Lump Lump. Just wasn't getting it that day. I was off my rocker, right? I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, why are you wearing that red shirt, homie? I said, oh, because I'm a Norteño. I straight out, like I don't give a fuck, right? Because I'm a Norteño. He was like, Sur gang. You could tell that's not a labubu, that's a babe, bitch. Right? You could tell. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? And he was like, Sur. And I was like, okay, go. You know what I mean? Look at, there's the homeboy. Watch what he says. Hey, oof. See? Same shit. You say Sur, he says oof. There we go. And mine's is bigger, right? And so fucking again, for about the second week in a row, right? Because we had just had that incident with the brothers, man. And luckily, Diamond let us go back out on the fun car. And yeah, this time he was like, but you guys are going to make some money this time, man. Stop playing. So we're like, yeah, we're good. And I told Uso, man, your old lady, he was like, man, no, we're going to make some money. I got to get some money. Uso, I got to take her to eat when I get back. And that bitch could eat. So the Southerners were like, Sul gang, whatever. They're disrespecting me in some made up neighborhood that I don't even know where it was from, the middle of Washington somewhere, right? And man, my boy Big J come over and he did the boys in the hood shit. We got a problem? He said, we got a problem, Oos. They took one look at the guy. One dude said, nope. The other dude said, we don't got a problem with you. We got a problem with him. Well, when he woke up in the hospital 2 days later, I'm sure, he didn't have no more problems. His only problem was how he was going to breathe for the next 6 months. That motherfucker caved his whole fucking face right here. Oof! In. Oof, oof. Hey, the other dude took off running like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. Guess what Uso turned and said? You need to change that shirt, Us. I can't go to jail over your ass, right? We left. We went to this other spot. It was like a truck stop. That's where we used to make all our money. These fucking truckers, they always want a cologne. I don't know, lot lizard time. And cops pulled up on us and they arrested Big Uso. We had to get Diamond to bail him out and all kinds of crazy shit. Anyways, man, that's Samoan right there. That was an Uso. He'll knock you up out your motherfucking knickers. He'll knock you up out your world champion knickerbockers. They haven't even won yet, but I'm predicting them to win. Anyways, with that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive for what I truly and honestly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Tomorrow, starting tomorrow, all new characters, new everything, all new Super Norteños. Hit a 1 if you guys are going to watch it. Hit a 2 if I shouldn't even do it. Let me know. Bang, bang. Gunna gang. We're back.